Hey everybody, it's Chase with AVA Pop Culture again, and today we are here to rank and review all of the movies I got from my Vinegar Syndrome monthly subscriber package, so maybe it helps you decide if subscribing to Vinegar Syndrome is something you might be interested in. So pop that tape in, I got you, let's go do this. All right, so Vinegar Syndrome subscriber rankings. Now, they're kind of piling up on me a little bit because Vinegar Syndrome has been getting these things out faster and faster. The first month of the year was kind of delayed. So now they've been kind of overlapping on each other because they've been getting them out so fast. So this is actually March's movies. So I've already done April's unboxing. April included things like Murder Rock and the nesting, stuff like that. This subscription haul included things like Devil's Fetus, Her Vengeance, Brimstone and Treacle, and then a Forgotten Jolly box. Now, normally I also review and rank the movies that I purchase with my Vinegar Syndrome subscriber discount. In this case, I also purchased Looking for Mr. Goodbar. I'm sitting here looking at him on my shelf. Trekkernauts, Mansion of Madness, and Chinese Torture Chamber 1 and 2. I did not have time to review those. I'm going to do those on a members video because this month with the Forgotten Jolly box, that's 3 films. Her Vengeance and Devil's Fetus is 2 films, and Brimstone and Treacle is another. So that was 6 films already. So I just really didn't have the time to also do another 5 movies. That'd be 11. I just didn't have the time to do it on one video, and I wanted to get this video out because I'm about to start a halfway to Halloween celebration. It's going to start on Sunday, April 27th, and run for a week where I am doing all Halloween horror-based content. I'm going to get some Halloween feel-good vibes right here halfway to Halloween. So I didn't want to leave this till after that. So I wanted to go ahead and get these, and we're going to just go ahead and rank. I rank these and review them. And remember, the first one is, or this one is in a 2-pack. Jumping in at number 6, the bottom of the list for this month for me is Her Vengeance. This is from 1988, and it is essentially just an absolute ripoff, a Asian ripoff of I Spit on Your Grave. It's 100%. That's what it is. It is a ripoff of that, but it's very off-putting to me, because like when the assault happens and stuff like that, the men are so over the top to almost goofy, but they're also very violent, and it's a very weird tone, and I don't like it. I don't like it. They're supposed to be serious, but their acting is very goofy. Very over the top, almost like they're going for comedy, but they're not. And it's this weird mix up of tones that I'm just not into. This is what's known as a Category 3 movie, a Cat 3, which is basically the equivalent of NC-17. And I don't know that I really see that based on what it shows. I mean, maybe like the context of it all, definitely. And like while I can't say that I sit here and love I Spit on Your Grave. I own it. I like it for what it is. I recognize how good of a film it is overall, how important of a film. But I'm not going to sit there and watch it for fun. And then the mix of tones in this is the girl gets assaulted by these guys, and then she comes back after them for her vengeance, right? It's just not for me. It's not one I'm going to watch again and again. So Her Vengeance from 1988 on this month comes in at the bottom of what I got from my subscriber. This is what you would have gotten if you were a subscriber, is the movies we're going to talk about in this. Her Vengeance comes in at the bottom, number 6. Now, at number 5 on the list is just the flip side of this 2-pack collection, And I actually wanted to like this one more. I thought I was going to like this one more than I did. It's 1983's Devil Fetus. This is also a Cat 3 film. That's what this little mark here is. I wish these two weren't in a pack together. I wish they were separate. Because this might be the White Cannibal Queen so far is the only one that I'm like, I don't really need to keep that in my collection out of all my subscriber stuff. This one might be the next. I like Devil Fetus way more than Her Vengeance. Devil Fetus can't decide what it wants to be though. It's like I feel like if this were an American made 80s low budget horror that knew more of what it was, you would enjoy this more. Kind of like I don't know, like Demon Wind or something like that. But you don't get that because it is a confusing plot, and it doesn't know what it wants to be. It can't tell if it wants to be tongue in cheek. It can't tell if it wants to be purposely over the top. Can't tell if it wants to be very serious and scary. It can't really tell. Sorry, there's like something floating around in here getting me. But it starts off and the woman buys this ugly jade lamp that's very phallic looking. I don't know. It's always with jade, right? Jade. And the lamp proceeds to basically kind of be a demon that also just is a lamp that humps its way through this entire family, possesses and humps its way through this entire family, wreaking havoc, possessing people, having sex with people. You have like moments. It's like they threw everything into a blender. You've got demon possession. You've got demons. You got erotic like moments. You've got slapstick goofy moments. You've got crouching tiger hitting dragon kung fu almost moments where people are like flying through the air and almost hitting their head on the wall and stopping. It's just all over the place, batshit crazy. And like, I feel like I probably would keep it. I'd probably keep this. I'm on the fence. Like, I feel like if it has, the dub is not good. The English dub is not good. It does add some, makes it a little more funny. But the English dub isn't great. And I feel like the subtitles on a movie like this that's so much about the visuals and visual like sight gags and stuff, having to read the subtitles so much can throw you off a bit because you even just that quick, because the movie is told, it's very visually. It's the dialogue and the story are scattershot at best. So, and again, and I read this too to see if it was me, but like as far as like being touted as like erotic and this Cat 3 movie and all that stuff is very little on the TNA. So if you're looking for that, it's very, 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 very minimal for a movie that you would expect to have more like this. So I don't know. I'm mixed about it, but these two definitely at the bottom of the list for me. So Devil Fetus comes in at number 5. Her Vengeance, the flip side, at number 6. So that kind of set is at the bottom of me for me at the month. So 5 and 6. There you go. Now, next up, we have a Jolly Box. We have a film from a Jolly Box, and this is a Forgotten Jolly. I forget what. This is Volume 8. It has 3 movies in it. These boxes are always cool as hell looking. So you got 3 films in here: Rings of Fear, Reflections in Black, AAA masseuse, good looking, offers her services. That is the title. So you got 3 films in here. The box is just super cool looking. It always is with the Forgotten Jolly. And usually these are kind of like on the sleazier side of Jolly films. So my next number 4 out of 6 for the month is 1975's Reflections in Black. Now, I watched all these. This is like they're Jolly, right? So women are going to get killed. You get a number of women who turn up brutally murdered, and they all are kind of connected to a woman who they are having illicit affairs with. So you got some kind of heat like that. I mean, you definitely have some TNA in here. I mean, they're sleazy Jollos for the most part, which is fine with me. My favorite Jollo, I've said a million times, is Arabella Black Angel. I'm not sure that you get one more sleazy than that. And I just enjoy it. I did find one in this box that I did enjoy too. I mean, all three, I think these are pretty good. These are, if you like Jollos, then you're probably going to like these. This one's just kind of at the bottom of the three for me, but I don't consider it bad. I think this box overall is pretty good. So Reflections in Black, it says her illicit affairs. The genre is mid-70s sex and prostitution themed narrative trend is in there for sure. You'll kind of get that from all three of these. But Reflections in Black, out of the three, I think it's just towards the bottom for me, so it comes in at number 4. We're going to stay in the Jollo box for number 3, and some of you might be surprised, I think this is the most famous one of all of them, but next for me, number 3 is 1978's Rings of Fear. This one is more well-known. I think this had a Scorpion release at some point, but a teenage girl ends up dead, and the detective ends up focusing his attention on her 3 girlfriends who call themselves, I think like the translation is like the Inseparables, or they're Unseparable or Inseparable, something like that. This movie has some interesting like scenes. There's a scene with a nude blonde, one of the girls, nude blonde, and I'm just going to say an adult toy. That is intercut with a scene with a girl at the female doctor. I don't know what I can say. So it is intercut back and forth, and it very strange, very strange. There's some levity there. This makes me think of the scene in Revenge of the Nerds when Booger's like, "We've got bush, we've got bush." Bushes, trees. We've got it in this movie for sure. And I don't know, both of these are filled, all of these movies have plenty of extras. This one probably has the most on it. Because it has an interview with like the co-writer, with actors, actresses, stuff like that. All these have reversible artwork, things like that on them. So, the artwork is cool. And I don't know. I know that people probably would have expected this one to be higher, but I'll tell you, I actually enjoyed the other one in this box higher. Only got 2 left, so secret. There's no secret there. It's got to be higher. But Rings of Fear, I recommend this box. The box, if you like Jollo, especially sleazy Jollo, you're probably gonna like this box. Definitely not a low budget looking movie here. So, 1978 Rings of Fear comes in at number 3. All right, at number 2, and this is hard because if I was just going by just straight up entertainment and movie I had fun with, this would be number 1. But technically probably not as good or well acted of a film as number 1. But number 2 is AAA masseuse, good looking, offers her services. That is a mouthful. This movie is fun, and believe it or not, out of the 3 Jollo films in here, I know Rings of Fear is way more well-known. This movie looks like it had the biggest budget of all of them to me. It doesn't look like a low-budget film at all. Neither did Rings of Fear, but like, this doesn't look like a low-budget film to me, especially for when it was made, because it's like 1970, 78 as well. And there is some very funny moments in this. So Christina is a beautiful, woman, especially for then and everything. She's natural beauty, and she wants her independence. She wants her own money, all this kind of stuff. So she becomes a call girl under the pretense of being a masseuse. And things kind of start to work till she gets this guy, her manager. not sure what I can say. Pimp. He's her pimp. His name is like Oscar, and he once she gets involved with him, like some of her clients end up meeting calamitous fates here. They end up dying. And he definitely wants her for himself. And she's not a weak woman, though. She pushes him around a good bit. He can't push her around like he can some of the others. He can't push her around. But there's some weird quirks to each of the guys that she meets. Like one guy wants to just see her undress and walk around in high heel shoes. But maybe one of the funniest things happens that made me laugh right at the beginning of this movie. She comes in. She's been hired to do a massage, and she comes in, and this guy, he answers the door, and he's in nothing but like his shorts or whatever. He's got his shirt off, everything else. And he invites her into the room, and they're talking about like, is this a good place to do it? Yada, yada, yada. And he's like, okay, I'm going to get ready. You get ready. And he leaves the room, and she undresses completely, getting ready, for massage. And he comes back in with his older mom. Because he literally thinks she's a masseuse. And I mean, even she starts laughing at the point. But then he takes her up on her real services, too. But I mean, so there's like a lot more comedy elements. So having fun with it, there's like peep show elements. One guy wants to just like kind of peep and watch her undress. And one guy wants to like bathe her in a bubble bath and take pictures. And all this, there's a guy who's a photographer. He wants to do that. So, like, she's making good money and she's controlling herself, but then, like, these people start to die. So, it is fun. I think it's the most fun out of any movie in all of this. I think it's fun. So, it has to come in for me at the top on this. It's a fun movie, and but still a giallo. And it has a lot of extra features on it too. I didn't check what the reversible sleeve art is. Oh, it's kind of cool. So that is the reversible sleeve art. And it's fun. It definitely has your sleazy factor in it too. And just fun. So by far, if it was just going on the most fun to watch and rewatchability, it'd probably be this one, number one for me. But I think number one is technically the best made movie. But AAA masseuse, good looking, offers her services, comes in at number 2 for me. All right, and that just leaves number 1. It's the 4K for the month. All the rest are Blu-rays. It's Brimstone and Treacle. And this movie is messed up. So, like, this was banned at one point. This star in UK, this stars Sting. The soundtrack is by the Police. It also stars Denholm Elliott, who's in the Indiana Jones movies. He's the butler in Trading Places. Denholm Elliott's been in a ton of movies, if you don't know who he is. So it's very well acted. It has other recognizable faces in it as well. But it's from 1982, and the story is kind of messed up. So you have all these weird elements. So Sting plays basically a con man, a disturbed con man. A young guy. He bumps into Denholm Elliott, who is racked with guilt. He's kind of like a dean at a girls' school, at a school or whatever. And he's guilt-ridden over his daughter getting into an accident and being in kind of a catatonic state. She's not in a coma. She can react a little bit and stuff like that. But she saw him having an affair with like his secretary or something. She ran out, she got hit by a car or whatever, and she's in this state. And now him and his wife, they're dealing with her. She's always like over on a bed, like, they're having to take care of her around the clock, be caregivers. They're dealing with their being miserable now in their life. He kind of gets this information. He's a con man. He runs into Denholm Elliott. He pretends to know her. He pretends that they were once kind of friends or together, and kind of weasels his way in, ingratiates himself with the mom. The dad, Denholm Elliott, is skeptical to start with. You definitely have some Guest vibes. The movie The Guest, like, well before. Because the dad's kind of suspicious, but the mom's sold. But it's weird. There's a lot of prayer in this movie. There's a lot of religious elements. There is a lot of, like, there's like possession elements to it, supernatural elements to it. that really shouldn't be there, that kind of don't make sense for it. But he's talented at everything he does, and he begins to win them over. But he keeps he's got other plans. Like, he keeps assaulting this girl who's in the catatonic state. But I think part of the reason why this movie was banned is, this is kind of a spoiler. So if you don't want it to be spoiled, I mean, a movie that's 43 years old, but if you don't want it to be spoiled, then don't listen to about the next minute or so. Fast forward. The assault, the reason that I think it was banned is the assault ultimately ends up saving this girl. It wakes her up out of her catatonic state. She becomes communicative again. She becomes herself again. And he gets away with it, and it shows he has to run away because, like, he's in full blown, I can't say, like, he's caught in flagrante. And it shows it all. I mean, Sting is like going after it in this. And he gets away, and it leads you to believe he's going to go right into doing it to someone else at the end of the movie. But then you're kind of wondered, like, where did the kind of supernatural elements come as they're praying for her in this one scene? All this stuff is happening. So definitely interesting. Definitely the best well acted. I mean, Sting was acting his ass off. So was Denholm Elliott. And then, of course, you have the soundtrack by the Police, but that's not it. There's some other big songs in here. I mean, this is 1982, so you're around the same time as Fast Times at Ridgemont High. One of the songs they play in here a lot of is We Got the Beat, We Got the Beat, yeah, we got the... I can't remember who sings that. But it's got a big soundtrack. I'm sure that wasn't easy to get. But his character is multi-layered, because while he's this con man doing these bad things, he's also, like, genuinely, like, considers himself, I think, it's hard to tell. Maybe he's just acting, like, religious and peaceful, and he really cares about things. But he's also disturbed at the same time. So, I mean, it's very... yeah. But, like, I think technically, because definitely not a low-budget film at all. At all. Not a low-budget film. So technically probably the best acted, the best directed, all that kind of stuff, but not easy to watch. Definitely one that I will keep, because I think having all those elements and Sting in it, and that's one you want for the collection, especially having it been banned. But I think this is the most fun watch. I think Devil Fetus could have been, but it just couldn't figure out what it is. But this is the 4K, and the 4K looks good. It's not reference quality. I think, like, I mean, it's cut off at the sides, I think. I can't remember if I'm getting that confused with Murder Rock, which I also just watched for next month. But loaded down with features from film historians, all kinds of stuff. There's an audio commentary with Sting and the director, so that's pretty cool. This was, you know, it looks as good as it can. You can definitely tell it's old. You can definitely tell it almost looks older than the 80s in some ways. But it has the 4K and the Blu-ray. I think this is the original artwork here. Sting, God love him, he was never this muscular. Makes him almost like a bodybuilder in that picture. But yeah, just a very weird, strange... Wickedness lurks in a new disguise. I would say that's probably a good slogan. For sure. So, I would say this is probably the best, like, film of them all. But the most fun is definitely the masseuse Giallo, I feel like. Of course, you're going to get your booklet with all kinds of stuff here about the restoration and all that. And, like, the whole Lord works in mysterious ways. The whole connotation of that, of, like, letting this bad stuff happen to her, and that's what snaps her out of it. I could see where that caused problems in a lot of different ways, and then the subject matter in general. But different movie. I think this kind of captures it. You could have maybe done some other stuff with it, but this kind of captures it for sure. And that's what I got for you. Interesting one, interesting. But the Giallo films was a fun box set to go through. But that one is definitely the most fun. And that's why I couldn't go through the other 6 movies that I bought, because like Mr. Goodbar, that's going to take a while, Mansion of Madness, all that kind of stuff. So I'll definitely get to those. It might be a members only video because Mr. Goodbar is a bit racy. So we'll have that. And then, of course, I'll do next month's. I might do a standalone review, too. You guys let me know for, like, Murder Rock and Nesting, or The Nest or whatever, or Drop Zone. So just wanted to get that done and get it out to you guys. And my mama's calling. I have to call her back in just a second. And that's what I got for you this time. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, we do everything here, 4K, reviews, physical media news, lists, rankings, recommendations, all that kind of stuff. We're going to do our big halfway to Halloween week celebration. We got that coming, all that kind of good stuff. If that sounds like something you want to stick around and be a part of, please like and subscribe. Ring the bell so that you don't miss them. Like, click it and stick it to that YouTube algorithm. Let them know that that AV Pop Culture deserves to be seen out there by more and more people. If you want to help support what I do here, please consider joining. You can join at my YouTube channel right here and become a channel member. I'd point you towards joining at the Patreon link. They take less, but I can do so much more there. I don't have to worry about the censorship and things like that. You're going to get your name and lights, though, no matter where you sign up on every single video. You're going to get behind-the-scenes looks at my filmmaking, special reviews, and so much more. And I really do appreciate it, y'all, more than you know. But until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. Oh! Vinegar Syndrome, halfway to Black Friday sale coming. Mid-year subscriber situation coming up soon. So if you've been digging it, maybe you want to consider it. No, they don't send me anything, but I will say it's been a shit ton of fun. Bye-bye.